Hey, how's it going? Swatch with me. Prima 24 Water-Soluble Oil Pastels. Now, there's something you should know about this particular set. I'm wearing my gloves because it's kind of messy. Is that these are not sold as a set of 24 anymore. I even put down here, I bought these in May 2018, right before I started the 100 Things Challenge. And it took me a little less than a year to complete that one. And I don't even think, I don't think there's a thing video that I did with these. If there is, I'm just going to have to go back in and look. It would maybe be early on in the Things Challenge or something if I did something with it. Maybe I messed around or made background papers or something like that for inchies and twinchies. I think that was one of my first videos. But I'm going to try these. Now this is the empty box. The colors are listed in the lid, and I put the colors in the order that I like, which is not this order. So this is the order I put them in. One of these, I think it's this one, the salmon pink, is the tip is off. So it looks like it's there, but it's kind of, I can pull it out. I can pull that out. Okay. So let me see if I can, no. It's probably best not to even have that lid there. The colors are white, vermilion, red, salmon pink, orange, yellow, olive, yellow green, cadmium green, cobalt green, light blue, sky blue, cobalt blue, Prussian blue, magenta, lavender, violet, raw sienna, ochre, dark brown, dark gray, and black. Now I was going to put this magenta up here between the white and vermilion because it is like a bright pink. I did a demo, a practice card, kind of without getting them wet. And this right here is magenta. So that is super bright pink. But I thought, okay, it's magenta. I will keep it. I like to keep the magenta with the purple colors or purple, violet, lavender. Okay. So what I did here was I took I took this Expo Dry Erase Black marker. I want to show you this tip. Can you see that tip? It is flat. It still works. The ink is great, but I can't believe how flat these tips get. Lickety split. I use this on my giant wall calendar. It clings to the wall, and I change it out every month. And just lightly drawing or writing the numbers has flattened this. When I put new 4421, so April 2021, it's now November, and now I have to get I have to get a clean one or a new one. I think I have maybe one left. So I put, this does not come with it, by the way. This is from something else. This is what this is. This black rectangle is this black dry erase marker. And I discovered that that was a good idea because to add the white, because this is the white over that black, and it didn't even move it. It didn't move it at all. I thought, oh, that's what I want. Yeah, that's good. So maybe I'll use that for my next swatching endeavor, which will also be a water-soluble product. So we're going to try this with white. Oh, let me decap the pen and just put it loosely in there, and then I'm going to put it right there in my brush tub, and then I can just lift it up out of there. And I'm going to use this water brush pen because I don't know if the if the water-soluble oil pastels are going to mess up my good brushes. I just don't know. What do we put it? Maybe there. Okay. No, maybe get that out of the way. Get it out of the way completely. Okay. So, the first thing, and I will likely fast forward through some of this because I am doing 24 of these. So, let's see. This draws perfectly or colors perfectly on there, as you can see. And I'm going to... Now, these are a bit crumbly because I did buy these in 2018. And I'm thinking maybe they're crumbly because of that. If you have a set of these, even if you have the 12, they're sold in sets of 12 now. So you can get the whole set of 24, but you have to buy 2 12 packs. It's very crumbly there. Maybe I can... Is that black? Maybe it is coming off. Oh no. I hope not. So let's see. Leave that out. And let's see. Oh, I wasn't going to start over there, but too late now, Tammy. I did put water in the pen here. Oh, cool, right? So, I really like how that covers it. I mean, you can definitely see that. How do I know if the if the color's off? I don't know. Oh, there's white in the barrel there. No. Yes. No. I can't tell. I have no idea. I don't know. Okay, so then for this, I'm going to wet this a little. This doesn't drip down like it should. That's weird. This is weird. The water coming out of the brush. Somebody complained about that in the comments. These are the Kuretake water brush pens. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I need something dark paper, Tammy. Okay, then wipe that off a little. Put that there. And pull that up a little bit carefully. Okay, then I trimmed off this paper. It was 9 by 12 Canson 140-pound watercolor paper, and I think it's on the toothy side. I really don't know. I don't know. Just a minute. Yeah. It's the toothy side. Okay. Oh, this is white. Okay, where did I draw that? Is that a hair? Come on. Yes, it is. Is this the... I have to see. Oh yeah, we're in the we're in the paint there. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Okay, this is the vermilion. Vermilion only has one L. Is that right? Maybe I'm mispronouncing it wrong then. So vermilion is more more of like a reddish orange. But I opted for this to be the light red color, I guess, because I like to do the light to dark. Okay. Whoa, vibrant. After all these years. Now here's an interesting story. A few months ago, I bought another pack of the Prima Water-Soluble Oil Pastels because, you know, I got into that question that always runs in my head. I wonder if there's such a thing as water-soluble oil pastels. I forgot that I bought these because these are up in my so-called craft room. We're just gonna call it a so-called craft room because it's nowhere near ready to be a craft room. I've got a lot of books in there, and I had these in the craft room, and I found them just by accident, really. I'm like, oh, I need to swatch these. Oh, that's what it is. Straight out of the... Now, see, you can see that orange in that one. Big time. I should have put it with the orange. It's leaving a little stain on my brush, which is why I'm using this instead of the good watercolor pencils. Okay, and then I want to kind of wipe this off a little bit. Oh yeah, that right there shows more orange than red. But we're just going to keep it there. And I want to be very careful because the salmon pink... I'm just gonna rest it up there. Is okay, this is vermilion with one L. Is that how vermilion is spelled? Because that just looks wrong to me. V-E-R-M-I-L-I-O-N. V-E-R-M-I-L-I-O-N. It's just... Okay, this one is your basic red. And I'm going with the just to color. That is very bright, very vivid. Dry on the paper, and then leave part of that dry and add water to the bottom half, I guess it is. I want to see how much I can pull out coming down this way. Trying to avoid the lineage, but you know, I'm gonna see the scribble marks there. Okay, I'm fine with that. Now there is kind of a white coating on here as well, I've noticed, but I can still get the color off, whereas the Statler one that I just did actually, I had to rub it first on the paper towel to kind of bring up the color. Okay. I'm going to dry off the tip a little bit. And I'm just still wet there. Maybe it's just shiny now. And then this one has a broken tip, and I'm just going to show you. Easy. It comes off easy, like. I can't push the paper up over there to hide it, so I'm going to color with it on there, and I'm just going to hold it. Oh, I got to paint the color. I got to add the color name on there. Now, what is this? This is the salmon pink. This ought to be interesting to paint. Paint right off the crayon. I'm sorry, the pastel. Salmon pink. There's no pink in here. This is just basic salmon. Okay, so gingerly, gently, get some on the brush. Maybe I spoke too soon about the coating. Dissolving faster than the Statler one. A nice light salmon color. Now let me... I have no idea where I'm going to start the fast forward. Maybe I'll check the time. I have to be very careful with that. Keep going. Oh. Oh dear. And this is salmon pink. I'm glad I decided not to put it with, like, between the white and the vermilion. I would have been upset. I would have been, oh, that's not pink at all. These wrappers are very loose. Very loose. So I have to be careful with that too. So this is, I believe, orange. Yes, orange. I can see a little bit of crumbling there. And supposedly you can also blend these with your finger. I don't know about a gloved finger, but you can blend it a little bit. Let me just take that off there. Okay. It looks smudgy, like a dark. And what's with these gloves then? Are these gloves clean? The gloves are clean. Pulled them right out of the box. Got a whole mess of these things. So let's see. Oh, we can just brush the smudginess away. Very vibrant there. Very vibrant. Cool. Okay, so let's see. Maybe I'll brush it on the tip here. So the salmon pink is meant to be light, and it is definitely light. And put the orange away. Take out the... I'm gonna try and kind of slant these up a little so they're easier to take out. And do the same with the second row. Okay, and this was orange. Okay, this next one is yellow orange. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I have 5 already. So I was planning to do 6 in each column here. So I can go all the way down. Oh, wait, what do I have here? I've got stuff on here. Why do I have... That's just horrible. What is that on there? I have to get that off. I see that, like, green. That's not coming off. These are very easy to carve. Oh, maybe that's what... Hello? Oh, you know what? I think the black is coming off of the wrapper. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to just put on a different pair of gloves, and I ran my finger over the black here, and the black was coming off on my finger, and I cleaned it with the baby wipe there. Okay. So I'm gonna have to be careful then when, because it was like all over my fingertips there, which I thought was strange. Be careful. I'll be more careful. Being a dry finger, I ran over it and it came off. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. This is yellow orange. After this one, then I'll do the fast forward, and I think I will do 6, 6, 6. And I can just trim off the card if I need to. Okay. And then this is where I get stuck. Okay. Yellow, orange. Oh, I should have moved that back. Push it back. Okay, now we're gonna do fast forward. I will try to stay in the viewing area for you. And we'll start about right now. Okay, the last four in real time. This is dark ochre. I wasn't lying when I said these were messy. And I noticed that when I add too much water to the tip there, or the side of the tip, that it tends to run down the barrel. That's what I noticed, and I thought, oh, gee, I don't know. I don't think I would call this dark ochre. I think I would call this terracotta. So then I'm trying to just brush the tip here instead of the whole side, so that it doesn't run down the barrel, and then it gets on my glove. Or what else did I do recently that where I was touching? Oh, it might have been the Lyra pencils. Let me think, I'll get a little bit more. And I kept getting the color on the barrel, and I thought, how are you doing that? But now I know it's from brushing the side of it. That's a little bit wide there, or this way. Okay, so this was dark ochre, according to Prima. I'm gonna have to look up dark ochre and see what it's supposed to look like, because I don't think that's it. Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe that's what it is. This is dark brown, and see, I automatically grab the brush, and I don't know why I'm grabbing the brush. Since this is the way I always do it. I always do it like this first. Draw, color a swatch, and then paint it with water, or paint part of it with water. I think it has to do with me looking at what the color name is before I start. To me, I don't know. That doesn't really make any sense, but I just got done doing a video, or last night I was doing a video for my students, and I was showing part of the agenda for the next couple of weeks. And well, by the time this comes out, those couple of weeks will be over. But I was pointing out that I did a date a certain way, and then I did it a different way for the next line, which also required a due date. And I said, isn't that weird that how come I didn't write it the same way on the second line as I did on the first line? And then I said, I don't know. No one can explain me. That's what I said. Dark brown. And my writing is beautiful. Right, okay, this is dark gray. Grey. See, once again, it's because I'm holding that brush there. That's why, in my dominant hand. Dark gray. And get some of the crumbs off of it, and not be so uncoordinated there. Oh, is this dolphin gray? My version of dolphin gray, what I think dolphin gray should look like. Get ready to choose your color. Now, on this violet here, it's kind of violet when I put it down dry, but when I hit it with the water, it was not. Oh, I mixed up. It's more of a purple than a violet. Purple has more red in it, and violet has more blue in it. I believe the last time I said that I wasn't sure, so I actually looked it up, and yes, that is right. I was right. Okay. Last but never least, the black. Oh yeah, black. Black hole. Cool. Okay. See how it does with water added. Oh man. Look at that. Hands down, that's the best. That's the best ever. Awesome. Now tell me, stop hitting that green color on the paper towel. Oh wait, I always have to yell at myself from time to time. Now stop doing that. Now stop doing that. Okay, not quite as dark, but that's okay. I'm sure I can, if I brush this enough, brush the tip enough, I'm sure I can pull out the black. And well, just so you know, I can just do that. It is drying. This one anyway, I see is drying not so dark black as when I first hit it with the water, but that's okay because it's still a pretty good color. We can use varying shades of black for all kinds of pictures. I'm pretty anxious to make some abstract pictures with these water-soluble oil pastels. Now I do have another set of water-soluble oil pastels, and I am not going to do them. I'm not going to swatch them right after these. I have I think another set of watercolor crayons that I'm going to swatch. And don't forget to write the thing on there. Oh. Oh, I spelled black wrong. Who knew? I almost misspelled it. Awesome. So let's see what we have. I want to make sure that, see if any of that got on there. Nope. Alright, so this is what we have. Let's see if I can not jiggle wiggle it, make you dizzy or anything. So we have the white, which looks really awesome on that dry erase marker. And going across, oops, sorry about that, going across this way, the yellow, the sky blue, the raw sienna, and then vermilion. I'm really gonna have to look at that spelling. I don't think that's right, but I could be wrong. Maybe I just have the letters too far apart from each other there. Olive. Now in the screen panel, it does, this part up here does look like it's olive, so I can't point anymore. Right in here, the dry part looks olive, and then it gets a little bit lighter and lighter and lighter. So, I don't know, you be the judge. Okay, then I'm going cobalt blue and ochre. Red, yellow, green, Prussian blue, dark ochre. Now, I'm going to look up dark ochre and see what the general consensus is for that color. Because I don't that doesn't look like dark ochre to me. I would think if this is ochre, that this would be a darker form of this, like maybe more brown in it than red. Salmon pink. There's no pink in there. Well, maybe there's a little bit of pink. Like a blush color, I guess it is. Cadmium green is basic green. Magenta, yeah, that does kind of look pink, right? Dark brown. Orange. Cobalt green. Cobalt green. Oh, I wanted to talk about the Prussian blue. Now, in the screen panel, that looks Prussian blue. But me looking at it, there's more green in there, and I probably should have put it over here. And for my liking, I guess. Okay, back to cobalt green. Then lavender, dark gray, yellow orange, light blue. Violet is very crumbly. And black. So, yeah, that is. Let's see how many colors I can pick up with the baby wipe. They're very messy. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait on that and not put that down right away. So, I like the lavender and the violet, which is actually purple. Violet purple. And I like this Prussian blue. This Prussian blue, although Prussian blue to me is not, it doesn't, I don't see a lot of green in it, but this is a really nice color. And I like the yellow orange too. That's cool. Okay, is this dry yet? Oh, I got another paper towel here. I can just, because I want to put this down. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this part off so that it's not as long there. It'll fit in my binder or my swatch binder. So that's not a problem, and I could always use it to hold it. Oh, maybe I'll just hold, make up my mind. I don't know. Okay. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have an artistic day. Bye.